Okay, so today we're looking at a spec sheet. It's for the NTI E-2WO-700.
Right.
And on the surface, it's just a 700-foot spool of cable, but it costs $455.
Yeah.
That seems really steep compared to, what you'd find at a normal store. Is this just a huge markup, or is there some real engineering here?
Oh, it's definitely an industrial price tag, but you have to think about what this cable actually does.
I mean, it connects things.
Sure, but this is not the wire running behind your entertainment center. This is infrastructure.
But still, $455 for connecting sensors. What's physically different about this piece of wire?
Well, strict's the name. It says outdoor. That's your first big clue.
Yep.
If you take a standard indoor PVC cable and, string it up outside, UV radiation from the sun will just destroy it.
It falls apart.
The plastic literally breaks down. It gets brittle, it cracks, and then the wire's exposed.
So this gray PVC jacket they mentioned, it's
Huh.
it's chemically designed to stop that from happening.
It's specifically sunlight resistant. It's meant to sit out in the open for years and not degrade.
Mm.
And then inside that, you've got 22 AWG stranded tinned copper conductors. The tinned part is also important.
Why is that?
They coat the copper in tin to stop it from corroding. That's the other big killer in outdoor environments. Rust, basically.
Okay, so it resists the sun, it resists rust, but the spec that really jumped out at me was the operating temperature.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
It's rated from -4 degrees all the way up to 221 degrees Fahrenheit.
Which is minus 20 to 105 degrees Celsius.
That is comfortably above the boiling point of water.
It is.
So you could literally drop this cable in a vat of boiling water and the signal would be fine.
You could. And that range tells you where it's meant to be used. It's not just about how hot it is outside.
Right.
It's about whether this cable is running next to steam pipes or, heavy industrial machinery, places where things get incredibly hot.
So it's built to survive where normal insulation would just melt.
Exactly.
But here's the part that I find kind of funny. You have this, nearly indestructible cable.
Right.
And what's it connecting? The specs say it's for dry contact sensors.
Yep.
What even is a dry contact sensor? It sounds really high-tech.
It's not. It's just a switch, a
Yeah.
passive switch.
like a light switch.
Even simpler, think of a door sensor or a little float for a liquid detector. The circuit is either open or it's closed. That's all the information it carries.
So we're paying almost $500 for a cable that can survive boiling water, just to tell a computer if a door is open or closed.
It seems like massive overkill, I know.
It does.
But think about the cost of the alternative. These NTI systems monitor really critical places, server rooms, pharmaceutical labs, factory floors.
Okay, so high-stakes environments.
Very. And if you use cheap wire and that wire fails, one of two things happens. Either the signal dies and you don't know the server room is overheating,
Or worse.
or worse, the wire shorts and triggers a false alarm.
And suddenly you've got the fire department breaking down the door because a 10-cent wire cracked in the sun.
Exactly that. So you're not paying for the wire to carry a complex signal. You're paying for insurance.
Assurance. I like that.
You're paying to know that if an alarm goes off, it's a real problem with the facility, not a problem with the wire. That's also why they list the UL and RoHS compliance. You need that for commercial buildings.
And I noticed this is the 700-foot spool. That suggests these are some pretty big facilities we're talking about.
That's the scale, yeah.
Yeah.
You're running this across a huge warehouse ceiling or through a factory. You install it once, and you never, ever want to have to touch it again.
It really becomes a permanent utility in the building, a part of its nervous system.
That's a good way to put it. It connects the dots in places where failure is just not an option.
It really leaves you with a final thought, though. If the wire needs to be rated to survive 221 degrees just to carry a simple on-off signal, it makes you wonder what kind of truly volatile environment it's actually monitoring. And you have to ask, what happens if that one simple signal fails?
In those scenarios, the cable's probably the last thing you want to be worrying about.
That's our deep dive for today. Thanks for joining us.